follow your dreams. And they say, do what you want, and money will come.
Okay, hi, how are you doing? Thanks so much for checking out The Other Side. We're filming today, and I have Brendan Robert Gallemore. I appreciate you being here today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. I really do appreciate it. We were actually trying to make this happen before the whole coronavirus lockdown happened.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while. I've seen you at the various open mics playing and doing your songs, and you still work with the same two people, I mean?
So we let go of our percussionist just for some like personal issues. But yeah, my guitarist, our lead guitarist, Sam Thibault, he's still doing that. So during this coronavirus lockdown, we have now completed 13 songs. We completed a full album. Yeah, and we're releasing the last 3 next week, and then we're going to put out an entire collection of the 13 as one full album for somewhere around like $10 or something. Probably I think $10.99 is the number we're looking at. But yeah, we've written 13, and this thing has been pretty productive for me. I've been just quarantining myself and locking myself up. I don't really like wearing the mask much, so I just stay inside, and then I just play a lot of music. So that's kind of helping me pass the time.
And you've recorded those all at the same studio?
Yeah, with Brian Fulton.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. His studio is actually in his house right now, but he's building a whole nother set outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ayers Effect is the name of his studio, his production company. So everything he does, he has great equipment in there. He's really fast at like everything he does. I'll sit there and watch him like after he finishes with one of the songs that I do, because we don't usually, Sam and I don't record at the same time. I'll come in, record, and then Sam will come in later. I'll come with him, and then we'll kind of like go over the lead parts together, because I'm only playing acoustic generally.
Yeah.
And Sam is actually on the album, the songs, he plays electric guitar in those. So it's not how you've seen us actually at I think you've seen us at Killers and like LSA or places like that, or we played at Armadillo a lot.
I think I've heard that in
that was
watching some of your videos. He's got the electric guitar going.
Oh, right. Yeah. He's awesome. He's to me, he's the best guitarist in the area. I mean, I've said that for a long time, and I've known him since we were in 9th grade. So we're 30. Yeah. I've known him literally over half my life, 16 years. It's a long time to know anybody. And so, when you do, I think we learned, back then we had just started playing guitar. I think he started when he was 11, I want to say, but he had guitar lessons. I started at 13. I didn't, but playing with him when I was young helped me a lot, and it kind of like directed the style that I was playing, and then how I wrote. And so I think it was influenced by him, so it's easy for him to play with me, knowing
you guys went to school in Weatherford?
Yeah, Weatherford, Texas. Yeah, we kind of went separate ways after high school. He's always been one of my best friends, but it was just, I grew up really poor. And after the time, that I finished high school, I was like, well, I got to do something. So I went to the military, and I stayed in the military for 10 years. And then after, when I turned 28, I was like, where you at, Sam? I just gotten divorced. My kids got taken away. She took them overseas without any authority. I don't know what happened there, but I was like, I just needed.
You can work your way up to air traffic controller.
Yeah, I was I was an air traffic controller right from the very beginning. I was controlling planes at, I think, 19 years old by myself.
Really? You must have nerve of steel to do that.
Yeah, they say one of the most stressful jobs. It was one for me. I was a staff sergeant in the end. I was running a crew, and I would sit on the desk, and there would be 15 controllers out in front of me or whatever, and it was kind of, it was something cool, but it was just an experience for me.
You're not doing that kind of work now, though?
No, I don't really have an interest in it. It just caused me too much stress, and I think it did. Air traffic controllers have the highest divorce rate, I believe, of any career field, and I have 2 divorces. So I'm like I fit right in with this, and I was military. I was cheated on in my first marriage, and then the second one, she was from another country, and she just did not like it here. And it was just one of those things. I'm like the prime example of like what kind of the military does, and with air traffic control on top of it. It was just like a whole other thing. We controlled commercial, flights. We didn't just control military. We controlled
Well, you
civilian.
have that creative outlet though, and you write songs, and
Yeah.
now getting them recorded and released, and
Yeah.
so you've been really busy. And you were involved with the demonstration somewhat.
Yeah, yeah, I did. So because this is something we saw it. I think it was on the Denton Music Forum initially. So whenever this whole thing kicked off, there was something Sam and I had talked about, and he and I we are still like the backbone of this. We have other people who are wanting to play with us and stuff, but we're still like kind of the core of it right now of Under the Gallows, the band name, which that band name actually kind of lends itself to like what we were about, because I just support anybody who is and us as a band, we support anybody who's been oppressed, and that's the song name, the title, or the band name is Under the Gallows, and that means like we're all like under the gallows, we're under threat of like we're death at any point, for whatever reason, maybe some higher power decided it for us, and we don't agree with it, and it's never that thing that we nobody wants to be in that position, and that's how I felt a lot in the military and stuff. And because I was in Korea for almost 4 years, and there was North Korea was they were getting wild at that time, and we'd have the alarm sometimes. You're like, oh, this could be it, and and there was a few times they launched them like over like Korea, and then went over to Japan and stuff, and it was just like we'd have to put on our entire Kim suit, and like people are complaining about these little masks now. I mean, I don't like them, but we would have to wear full face mask and body armor and helmets and non-breathable plastic, basically, that it's like almost latex uniform for it was a cool experience. I mean, it definitely lent itself to my creativity now, and then my controlling experience, hearing myself on a radio, I think also helped inform like how I sing, even little things like that, if that makes sense. But
And you did several songs at Bob Ralph's Tiny Couch.
Yeah, I did. Those were, and I did that back in February, I want to say, or January, and so I had just written those songs. So Sam and I actually we started Under the Gallows, and we started doing this together in late October, and we didn't even have a band name until February. So, and all of these songs, every song that is on this album was written, I think, from either last December onward. So.
Did you write songs earlier in life though?
Oh yeah, I did. I mean, I take that back. There are a couple old ones that I added, but as far as like, I'm saying everything, all these newer ones, like everything is pretty current as far as most of everything that's written. But yeah, I have a binder at my mom's house, like 60 or 70 songs written when I was a kid. I have right now, so we have the 13 songs, but I counted with Sam the other day, and I have 42 unwritten or unrecorded. Mostly like finished. Yeah, I just like to write a lot. I mean, I'm still kind of in the process of it, but I have 50,000 words written for a book that I was like really trying to get into. But we're actually writing a TV show right now, because I bought that camera I think I told you about, and that's the same thing I did with those demonstrations. Like
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, so that catalyst.
You guys formed a video company, and then we're filming the demonstration.
So yeah, we're doing it all. We were doing it for free. We didn't want to monetize anything. We didn't want to try to make any money. We just wanted to give the people out here a voice. Like, and so it was really the whole thing. Is I do see it. I mean, I'm a white guy. I see that there. Even though I grew up poor, there was still some advantages, especially when it came to law enforcement, that I experienced in my life. Because I mean, as a kid, I smoked weed like all the time, and I never got in trouble. But I lived in a neighborhood that didn't have all white kids, and those kids didn't always get off as easily. And so it was one of those things. Yeah, it was just one of those things, and it was over a plant that grew out of the ground, and it was that they were. It was just whatever. It was one of those things. I'm big on the, legalization of marijuana and all that, obviously. But Black Lives Matter, this movement, I don't necessarily agree with the organization of Black Lives Matter, but the actual phrase, the word Black Lives Matter, or those words, that means something. Yeah, they do matter. And then I heard that, without that, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. And when I heard that, it like kind of did change my perspective, because I think I've changed over time. I grew up in a family that probably was a little racist, and it takes like looking at yourself and reevaluating, and then things like the military. Military is very, very diverse. That's one of the
Yeah.
most diverse workspaces that you can have.
Yeah.
And so some of my best friends that I ever made were guys that weren't white guys that grew up like how I did. They grew up, maybe in a different way, or, I don't know. It just little things like that. It just changed how I see things. And
Yeah.
kind of, like I said, it lent itself to even my band name and Catalyst TV, the thing you were talking about, us documenting it all. So we did 15 episodes. We had people coming around and helping, but it was really just me and the camera, and I had a microphone that I was carrying around. I was carrying around that freaking camera, and I was marching with them. I mean, I was getting like, yeah, it was just something fun to get out there. And like,
you interviewed some people out there on site.
Yeah, I got tons of guys. I got a bunch of musicians that I've met, like the guys from Global Octopus. I've seen them over like at Killer's Tacos a couple times, and I want to say like maybe Armadillo. I don't remember where else I played with them. But yeah, I got one from those guys, and they were awesome. It was just like tons of interviews from people in the community that I knew. Chris Avant, AV the Great, the rapper. Yeah, he does the no fake handshakes. Which is really relevant to the whole movement. And I agreed with it. Like I said, so I didn't, and I still agree with it. And I hope it hasn't died in the same way like a lot of movements do. I think that people's minds are still on the forefront, but they're obviously this whole second wave of COVID and the things that are being reported, which I've heard you. I listened to your stuff on here sometimes, and I heard you say the same thing. We don't know what sources are true and what aren't. And so that's kind of one of those things. I'm very political. I love. But it's because I love people. I love the things going on in the world, trying to fix, any issues that we have, and trying to make things more equal for everyone across the board. Because I felt in my own life, inequality because I grew up poor. I had just not the same amount of advantages. So I was empathetic, I think. And then as you get older, I got to see like, it wasn't just me, other people had other situations that were similar, but for a different reason. And so I had to take that into consideration. And so that's why I just wanted to get out there, and there was no one out there with the big camera doing it. So I was like, just give somebody a voice. And I think it probably did help get that monument down. I'm glad it did. Cause I mean, I grew up in my hometown, Weatherford. We had the exact same thing. We have a monument. I think it says 1861 on the monument or something like that. Or I don't remember what the date is, or maybe 1853. I don't know. But in Weatherford, they have a similar one, but it's still not taken down. And he's standing up and it's the same type of message. And it's like, it's a hateful thing. It was just one of those like kind of poking people of color, black people primarily, obviously, for slavery. And like, we still got you. And that's what they were trying to do with those monuments, I believe. And the fact that we got it out of here in Denton is awesome, because Denton is like a super progressive town. And I don't actually agree with a lot of the politics in Denton, but I live here because my own mind, the way I view the world needs to be pushed forward. I need to progress as a person. And sometimes a new idea, maybe I won't agree with it, but maybe that'll be the thing I need to hear. So I'm sorry I'm ranting, but like I said, I love politics and stuff. So.
Well, no, I appreciate your opinion. And and I've enjoyed hearing your music over the last few months, you guys playing at the places where I showed up. And I appreciate you being on here today. And thank you guys so much for checking us out. And I hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Always, yes, always, we promised our fates. I'd knock on your door, you'd run down my hallways. Always. I can't keep up this grin. I already told my friends. You gave me your 2 cents. How can love be a sin? Darling, no doll face, you opened up your gate. Let's rob the bazaar and run down the marketplace always. Much to my chagrin, I gave you my 2 cents. I already paid the rent. A wedding ring, holy shit. A big house, a small place, whatever it takes. I'll buy you the moon if that's what you dictate always. I can't keep up this grin. You already told your friends. We exchanged our 2 cents. A life with you's life well spent. Thank you. Came to town, fooled around, and got mixed up with this messy gal. I swear I thought I caught her name. Guess I didn't. My mistake. The next morning the hotel rang, and 2 big men named Samuel and Frank got the pennies all twisted up. That one night queen was their sister. Got me running, got me scared. I ain't really got nowhere. A place to go to, a place to hide, a place I'll go to let this all subside. But they pummeled me and they dragged me down. They said us little boys don't fuck around. They took my wallet, they took my keys, but they didn't get that piece off me. Keep me running, keep me scared. If I keep looking, I'll find somewhere, a place to go to with solace inside, a place I'll go to turn my tide. So I drew my gun, made the first one snore, and thud was loud as he hit the floor. Small one ran, thought he got away. No sir, I'm just taking my aim. Got you running, got you scared. Bet you didn't know I'd be prepared. Your sister's easy and that's okay. Boys didn't have to die this way. has arrived. A single fire line, one at a time, we all fall. While they're sitting on the jet, we're paying off the debt. It's crazy. We're losing our right and ability to fight. It's tyranny. We used to say we'd change our ways. The day we see eggs fly, that day has arrived. And all of this in mind, and tell me how we'll find again. It's highway robbery in this new century, maybe. We throw them in jail, refuse post bail, like they do to you and me. They used to say they changed their ways. Today we see pigs fly. That day has arrived. Dig deep, don't quit. Lay down, I'm burdened and you're wrong. I'm right here. 100 questions flow through my head, and I'm trying
follow your dreams. And they say, do what you want, and money will come.